Makes you wanna go. Makes you wanna go. Na 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 na. Makes you wanna go.
Girl, I don't care how many times I hear that song, it makes me want to go. Na, na,
Right?
na, na.
Every single time. It's an earworm.
I
love
know,
it.
right? I love it, love it.
Love
It's our vibe. We're ready to
Yes.
go every single day. How
We
are you, beautiful?
Oh, I'm doing well, gorgeous. How are you?
Fine, fine, fine. I receive it. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Same.
Hey, you guys. So, yes, I know you do. All right, everybody. We are so happy to be here today. This is how we are,
Yeah.
and we are ready to go. We have a great show for you
Yes.
today. It's a little informative, but you know, with things coming up, it might be a little helpful. Hopefully, maybe not. We'll see. You always need to stay in the loop. We do want to thank everybody for stopping by. I am going to say that we are sponsors of we are Gab and Goldn Bronze sponsors of Golden Swan Cadre, which is a domestic 501c3 nonprofit organization. I'm going to cut to the chase. You can go to www.goldenswancadre.com to find out more about us and our Facebook and Instagram pages. I do want to say that one of the major things that we do is that we collaborate with domestic violence centers. And when ladies leave those centers, they leave with what they went to those centers with, which is usually the clothes on their back. They have nothing more. And they start their single family journeys ahead of households with nothing. And that's where we step in. We try to adopt a room and help them furnish and decor whatever room of their choice, along with whatever other needs list that they may have. And we will mentor and peer with them for 12 consecutive months. So it's a rotation. As one falls off, another one picks up, and sometimes we get two at a time. So we would encourage you to help us help these ladies as they start out on their journeys. We are partially self-funded, so a lot of times we dig deep within our own pockets to make this happen, but we are soliciting sponsorships and donations so that we can do even bigger and better things. And that being said, we'll talk to you more at the end of the show about how you can do that. We do want to talk about women that are have major impacts in society, important women in 2024. And one of those important women in 2024 is Kamala Harris. As Vice President of the United States and as our current Democratic nominee and candidate for the presidential office of the United States, she continues to be a central figure in the political landscape. She plays a key role currently in the Biden administration as the vice president, and we are hoping that change may come about for 2025 further. She is a major political figure, also somewhat controversial, but if her platform aligns with yours and your beliefs, you might want to consider her as the next president of the United States. So she came up as number one as the most prominent key figure, woman figure in 2024.
Yes,
What do you
yes.
think?
Oh, I really want to elaborate on that. I remember when they were inaugurated, when she and President Biden were inaugurated, and I heard the first woman take the oath of office. I had goosebumps.
Yes.
I was so emotional when I saw it. And that same woman has risen to the level where she could possibly be the first woman president. Also, first woman of color, but she's the first woman to be president if she's so elected. And I know that she is so qualified through all of her work as an attorney general, a senator, all the work that she's done for the people. I'm so excited about seeing her candidacy.
I am too. And although I'm not advocating for any particular candidate at this moment, I do think that she has all people's best interests
Right.
and not just the rich at heart. And I
Right.
genuinely think that she is genuine in her display of that as well, and all the work that she's done throughout her career, not just since being with the Biden administration, but throughout her career. So yeah, that might be somebody that you guys might want to fact check, and maybe who knows, by the time you see this show, she might have won that office. So we really don't know, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to look at the track record.
Mhm.
Look at what a person's done up to this point to see kind of who they are. But I find it to be very authentic. And again, we're not endorsing any particular candidate. That's for you to make your choice, because each
Right.
person in this country is able to make those decisions by a vote. But I'm
It's
very
right
excited.
now, at least right now we are.
At least
Okay.
right now. Yeah, that
Consider that
hoping it will continue. Hoping
I
it will
love
continue.
I love the chucks and the pearls. I love that.
Yeah.
They said that she wears chucks just about every day with most of her outfits. Yeah.
Wow. And
That's
for
not
the
a plug for
audience,
anybody, but that's just her
yeah.
deal. Yeah.
And for the audience, if you don't know what Chucks are, they're Chuck Taylor sneakers, tennis shoes,
Yeah.
and her pearls. And so when people are supportive of her, a lot of the women wear Chucks and pearls, just to
Yeah.
be in sync with the candidate that they choose and that they enjoy.
I'm kind
So
of eclectic in my own right.
yeah.
I don't wear just chucks and pearls, but I wear different brands of athletic shoes with dresses and pants as well. And it's just kind of a little quirky thing that I decided in 2023 that I wanted to start doing. And I have all different colors to match different outfits and stuff like that. And it's a comfort thing as well. But all right,
Yeah.
we'll just get off of me. We're not here to talk about
Yeah. I
me
mean,
and what I like.
if you're inspired by the vice president, there's
Yes.
nothing wrong with that. And then you have a style that kind of aligns with someone you admire. So there's
Yes.
nothing at
Yes.
all wrong with that. That's kind of a good thing.
Thank
Because
you.
Oprah
Thank you,
said you can
sweetie.
wear diamonds anytime, any day of the week with
Isn't that
whatever you're
right?
wearing. That's right.
That's right. All right. Well, we'll get into this when we come back.
Okay.
All right. And we're back.
Okay. Another woman that made the news for 2024 is Letitia James. She's the New York Attorney General, and she's been a powerful legal force leading high-profile cases against former President Donald Trump and the National Rifle Association. She is the first Black woman to hold her office, and her legal actions continue to shape national politics. She,
Yes.
from what I've seen, is a no-nonsense powerhouse.
Powerhouse. Yes, ma'am. I was
I
about to say.
admire her because she's no nonsense. She doesn't get, from what I've seen, she doesn't get caught up in the publicity. She doesn't get caught up in the fame. She's there to do her job. And she's
Right.
very exacting and very methodical and very serious about her job as an attorney. She's not trying to be a celebrity. She's just doing her job. And if the case is a high profile, well, so be it. You're going to see who she is.
Yes, she's very intelligent, articulate, and knowledgeable about what she does. And it just so happens that most of her cases are high profile cases. And I'm sure for the reasons that we just mentioned, very intelligent, articulate, knowledgeable, dedicated to her profession, no nonsense. And that's put her in the position that she's in. So absolutely.
Yes, yes. And she's in New York, by the way.
Yes, by the way. And we have another lady, a young lady named Barbara Lee, who is a longtime California Congresswoman. She is a major contender for the U.S. Senate seat in California. Throughout her career, she has been a trailblazer in progressive politics and is known for her work on social justice issues, including HIV and AIDS. She's an advocacy for that and women's rights as well. So she's another powerhouse woman that's making the news in 2024.
Yeah, I love it when they call them trailblazers because
Yes.
it's a trail that hasn't been taken yet. And so they're going to open up the door for a lot of other people to do great things as well. So I love that. I love that. So some of you have probably heard of Stacey Abrams. Though she's not running for office in 2024, Abrams remains influential as an advocate for voting rights and political engagement, particularly within communities of color. Her organization, Fair Fight, continues to work on expanding voting access. And Ms. Abrams was pivotal in helping to flip Atlanta, Georgia, or Atlanta. No, it's Georgia.
Georgia.
Georgia,
Yeah.
flipping Georgia to Democrat, and it was a Republican state at one point. And she pushed the right to vote, and she encouraged people to get out and vote because it is our right. It is our right and our privilege that has been well earned. And for us not to take advantage of that is really unacceptable. And so she has encouraged the people to get out and vote. People of every color, every race, not just one, but everyone, to get out and exercise your right to vote.
And she spearheaded this campaign for people to register to vote, which encouraged a lot of brown and Black people to get out and vote, and encourage certain people to try to eliminate people being able to register to vote. That's what prompted all this, questionable, are the votes valid in Georgia? Because when it was the other color state, there was no problem with
Right.
the registration system. But then when everybody started registering to vote, then it became an issue that everybody was doing so. So we all have the same basic rights in this country, and we all should be able to utilize them, not just some of us, but we can, what Kamala Harris says, when we decide
fight, we win.
when we
Is that the
fight, we
one?
win. That's it right
Right,
there.
right.
And so we need to remember that, people. Women are shaping, these women that we mentioned are shaping the political and legal landscape of the United States and making significant contributions to social justice and advocacy of all kinds in 2024. And extraordinary leaders make the world a better place to live in. We acknowledge that. Time has released in 2024 Women of the List. It is their list, which features 12 trailblazers in various fields. That is a tongue twister. These women are being celebrated for their commitments to their passions in the areas that include environment, human rights, peace, quality, and much more. And so, that's kind of what we do. We do the human rights, women rights platform. Although we acknowledge everybody has rights, that's our kind of brand. And so Greta Gerwig is 40. She's an actress, writer, and director, most recently admired for being the head filmmaker for the fantasy comedy Barbie. Gerwig, who was on the Time 100 list of the most influential people in the world in 2018, has a knack for creating storylines that are inclusive and portray diverse representation of women in cinema. She is known for her humane, emotional, playful filmmaking. The 2024 Woman of the Year issue features a worldwide cover highlighting her, along with an in-depth interview. Now,
Yes.
let me just say, I didn't see the movie Barbie, but back in my day, I was a Barbie fan, and I have in one of my guest rooms Barbie from 1955. I believe that was when she was brought into Discovery, or whoever created the first Barbie. The Barbie doll has written on the bottom, it's an authentic, I'm sure it is worth some money. And it has her original clothing, hair. That's when they actually sewed the hair into the doll's scalp, boots and everything. And I had it encased in a glass. And remind me to show it to you if you come and visit me, Nikki.
Yeah.
So I was always a Barbie fan, and had Barbies myself as a kid. And when my grandmother passed, who would be 120 years old if she were alive today, wheeled that Barbie to me in the encasing. So I wish I had it sitting here. I could show it to everybody.
Yeah.
But,
Oh wow. Yeah, that's something special. And a lot of us grew up playing with Barbies. Of course, I'm sure you weren't playing with that one. And we can
I actually didn't get it until she passed. They willed it to me. It's worth some money, but
oh yeah, yeah. Well, that's I can't wait to see that. That's history, and
Mhm.
your grandmother gave it to you.
Right.
That's pretty special. Because
Mhm.
girls grew up playing with Barbies, and I did too. And I actually did see the movie. I took my granddaughter to see the movie, and
Mhm.
it was kind of powerful. It had some good messages in it.
All right. Well, we'll continue to talk about women in 2024 in just a moment. All right. Thank you for joining us.
Okay, well, another woman who's made the news in 2024, a woman who's probably familiar to a lot of you, is actress Taraji P. Henson. Henson is 53 years old, and she is an actress known for her electric personality and extensive career in television. She was named one of Time's 100 most influential people in 2016 and has been candid about her feelings toward inequality in the industry as a Black woman, which includes lowball offers for roles in Hollywood. I remember her in so many films and television. I think, what was it? Hustle and Flow was one of her breakout
She's
films.
been around a long time. People
Yeah,
just didn't
yeah.
know her.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and then on television is Cookie Lion on I can't remember the name of the show, but she was very electric in those films, and her advocacy for women in the entertainment industry has made news this year. She wasn't afraid to speak out about what she felt were inequities.
Right. And she is very intelligent as well, was a single mom, went to Hollywood, I believe, in her 20s. People told her she was too old to start a new career. Well, we know that's not true, don't we?
Yeah,
And she had a child in tow. And look at her now. She didn't
yeah,
let anybody say, you can't do this. You're too. She did say they told her she was too old to get started in the
right,
career industry and it would be difficult. It's been difficult, but she persevered. So
right.
she's one of my favorite entertainers. All
Yes.
righty.
Uh,
So yes, I do think that Taraji is a very talented and smart young, well, she's 50-ish, that's young, actress, and that she has a lot to offer the community and a very good role model for all young ladies to
right,
look up to, in my opinion. She may not want to be considered a role model, but I think it's the positive influence that she has, as you mentioned before, talking about her advocating for better work conditions and higher salaries for,
right,
other actresses and stuff. So yeah, to me, she is one of those positive, impactful women
right.
in 2024.
Like an advocate, which is great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm. So we also know of Coco Cough. I might have said her name wrong, but that's the little 19-year-old that is a professional tennis player who is captivating the hearts of fans around the world, um, one match at a time. During the 2023 U.S. Open Champions has actively used her platform to promote numerous social justice initiatives as well, such as Black Lives Matter, gender equality and equity, and climate change. She's a climate change activist as well, which I didn't know that part about her, that she promoted numerous social justices. Yeah, which is very honorable of her.
Yeah, especially for a young woman of 19. Uh,
Exactly.
she strikes me as being very serious, and she's serious about her game. She clearly is serious about the world that she lives in, and she wants to be a
Yes.
change maker. She's very gifted in golf, and I'm not golf. I'm sorry, tennis. Forgive me. She's very gifted in tennis, and I expect her to go. I mean, not even the sky is the limit for her.
She
I'm
has
just excited.
a lot of years ahead of her. So I
Right.
concur with you 100%.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Because the Williams sisters went on into their late 30s and 40s.
Still going.
I think
Serena.
Venus is still playing.
Both
Yeah.
of
So,
them.
right.
Serena.
And
Yeah.
yeah, Serena took some time to have some children, but
Mhm.
still, Coco's only 19. So look how far her career could go. She could go well
Right.
into her 40s if she wants to. So
Mhm.
it's pretty exciting. I like
Right.
her. I like her.
Mhm.
So another one that we may not have heard, I haven't heard of her, but her name is Lena Nair. She's 54 and she's the global CEO of Chanel. She wants to pioneer leadership that is a bit different. She wants to celebrate compassion, empathy, and kindness by believing in collective voice and diverse perspectives. Nair is known for her contribution in human resources and her remarkable expertise in transforming global organizations. Well, compassion and empathy and kindness, I think that should be a global initiative for everyone to have those
I do.
attributes. And I like the fact that she's the leading Chanel, the House of Chanel, with that kind of leadership. I like
I
that.
was like, how we not know about the leader, the CEO of what? Chanel,
Chanel, I
girl.
love Chanel. It's such a
I do too.
classic, beautiful brand.
Uh-huh.
I love watching their fashion shows. Everything is just is is elegant. It's classy. It's
Right.
I love Chanel, and I don't forgive me, Miss Nair. I did not know your name, but I know you now.
That's all right. And Miss Nair, it would be nice if people like us could afford a Chanel bag, but end up being a little coin purse. Well, there's a lot of knockoffs out there that look like the real deal, but you can always tell either with Chanel or
Mhm.
Michael Kors or Coach, all of them, they have the little special tag. If that's not on the inside, it's a knockoff, And a lot of times when people give you gifts and things, that's the first thing I go to look. Even though it may look like a Chanel, I love bags. I don't carry all designer. I have a
Yeah,
few, but I
yeah,
don't have a collection. But
yeah,
I know how to check the authenticity
yeah,
of whether or
yeah,
not it's the real deal with any of those brands that I mentioned.
yeah,
But I love all of them, and I think I have one of each one. Even what is it? Dooney Burke. I have.
yeah.
Yeah,
I've got that. Yeah, a few designer bags. I wasn't really into bags until fairly recently, probably the last few years. But I like all my babies, all my bags.
right. Hold on 1 second for me.
Okay, sure, sure. Of course, we're getting ready to take a break in a little bit. You want me
Uh,
to talk some more about her?
Um, yes, you
Yeah.
can.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I like going on YouTube and looking at the Chanel fashion shows, and I hope one day we could go to a Chanel fashion show. Wouldn't it be exciting,
That
Gold?
would be awesome sauce.
Ah, yeah. I want to do something like that and go to a Chanel show. Really any of the top designers, but Chanel to me is one of the top. It's an iconic brand, and I really like Chanel.
I
I
want
like
to go to a designer fashion show, period.
Yeah, yeah, any of them. But since we're talking about that one, I really like Chanel, and the Chanel things that I have, I really like them. So,
All right. Thank you. We'll be right back. I
okay,
have some technical difficulties to work out.
okay,
All right, everybody. I think I worked out those technical difficulties.
good.
So, yeah, we love Chanel. The next person that we would like to talk about is Claudia Goldin, who is 77 years old, and she is an economic historian and labor economist known for being the third woman ever to win the Nobel Peace Prize in economics, and the first to win it on her own. She's a studying woman in work, finding ways to help women balance career and family. The ongoing gender wage gap and the influence of the birth control pill on women. I didn't know that she had an influence on birth control pills. Oh, it's a birth control bill on women. Interesting. I'm not sure about that. Um, but maybe so. She's 77 years old. So,
Yeah, she's clearly done a lot of things.
yeah,
Looking, she's
dedicated to studying women.
right, right. Economic historian and labor economist. So she knows
Yeah.
money. She's versed in that and advocacy, it appears, for women. That's quite
Yeah.
admirable. No
Mhm.
wonder she's on the list. All right. Well, we have Yael, I hope I'm saying this correct. Yael Admi and Raim Hajajra. Admi
I
is the
think you said it
co-founder.
right.
I hope so. And forgive me if you're watching and I didn't say it correctly. I apologize. I'm trying. Human. So Admi is the co-founder and leader of the Israeli movement Women Wage Peace, and Hajra is the director of the Palestinian organization Women of the Sun. The two have an alliance representing two different peace organizations, but they work together to look for ways to end the cycle of bloodshed taking over their communities while neither advocate for a particular political solution. Both organizations believe that a peaceful resolution is vital. Oh my goodness, in our world right now with wars and things breaking out, to have advocates for peace is always useful.
Yeah, she looks for ways to end the cycle of bloodshed. So that is something that we really need, like you said, a lot. You guys, this is Time Magazine's list of 12 most influential women in 2024. We're sure there's a lot more, but this is who, in their perspective, are the most influential.
Right.
And so some of you may know some of these people and some not. But Ada Limon, she's 47, and she was named the 24th Poet Laureate of the U.S. by the Librarian of Congress and the first Latino to earn this honor. Lemon is set to embark on a tour across the country to unveil poetry in 7 national parks as part of her program called You Are Here. Her main drive for this project is the solidarity experience of writing that comes her way when she puts on her pen to paper. So I'm sure people that are poets or into writing are very familiar of who Ada Lemon is. So
Yes.
hands off to her. I like poetry too, but I'm not that versed on all the celebrities in that arena.
Yes. And there are many forms of poetry, and the fact that she was a poet laureate,
Mhm.
she's versed in a lot of areas of poetry, and then to introduce it to other people to get interest in that form of writing is, I think, is
Mhm.
a wonderful thing. Education is power, for sure.
Mhm.
So
Agreed.
so this is one person that I'm sure a lot of people know. I'm familiar with her. Andra Day,
Mhm.
and she's 39. She's an R&B and soul singer known for her efforts in pivoting invitations to sing the Star Spangled Banner into an opportunity to perform Lift Every Voice and Sing. The Rise Up singer performed the Black National Anthem at Super Bowl 57. Day has been experimenting with a new album since 2017 and hopes to sing about her experiences this time around.
Wow, she's been working on this album since 2017.
And I love her song Rise Up.
Yeah,
It's so
I do too.
powerful. I think
Mhm.
she's identified by that song in many circles. You know, a lot of people have attempted to sing it, but she has got the voice to do it.
Right, I agree. Well, Nadia Murad is 30, is a Yazdi human rights activist from Germany. She was kidnapped in her hometown of Kocho in 2014 and held there for 3 months. Nadia's initiative was created to help women and children victimized by genocides, mass atrocities, and human trafficking to heal and rebuild their lives and communities. That's very noble. The 2018 Nobel Peace Prize winner was a lead plaintiff in December in a lawsuit filed to advocate for approximately 400 Yazidi Americans. So I like that they have um, um, made this list, diversify this list. Yeah.
Right. And human trafficking is a big deal. And genocides, mass atrocities, especially with what's going on in the unrest around the world. You know, it's
Yes.
beautiful that she would advocate for people who can't speak for themselves. Of course, that's really what advocacy is, but that
Right.
is a very powerful platform
It really
for her
is.
to, for her to be so brave and so smart to
Yep.
go and do something like that and then earn the Nobel Peace Prize.
At 30 years old.
Right. She's done a lot. So continue the great work that you're doing.
Mhm.
So we now have Jackie Patterson. Patterson is the founder and executive director of the Chisholm Legacy Project, a resource hub for Black frontline climate justice leadership. She believes environmental issues, poverty, racial discrimination, and gender inequality all coincide. The communities that don't have other nonprofit organizations working within them are the communities most at climate risk. My goodness.
Hmm.
My goodness. That's environmental issues, poverty and racial discrimination. All those, like she said, they do coincide.
Coincide. Yeah.
You know, because a lot of those issues are in the same community. You know,
Yes.
maybe not having clean water and not having opportunities, etc. In those in that
The
in the community.
environmental issues can create poverty,
Right.
and because people live in poverty, they are racially discriminated against.
Yes.
And a lot of the different gender, transgender people are in some of those brown and black and communities as well as others as well. But we'll get into that in just a moment. If we finish,
Okay.
okay, we are back. So we have Marlena. Okay, Marlena, you're gonna have to forgive me. I think it is Fazo. I think Marlena Fazo, 56 years old, is a geneticist who studies hyperemesis gravidarum, HG, a condition that leads to excessive nausea and vomiting in up to 3% of pregnancies. After suffering from HG in her pregnancy and dealing with a doctor who downplayed the situation, Faisal knew she wanted to help others dealing with the disease, but didn't have the energy to fight it at that time. So Faisal serves on the board of Hyperemesis Education and Research Foundation and is the chief scientific officer at a women's health company called Harmonia Healthcare, which plans to open an HG-focused treatment center in the Northeast. Now, when I was pregnant with my first, I suffered from hyperemesis gravidarum. And I think for 6 months, I just threw up all the time. Everything made me sick to my stomach. The look of food, the smell of food, the taste of food, perfumes. It didn't take much. And so I think this is a great platform that she has here, and that maybe they can do something to help pregnant women dealing with this, because you can't take medication in your first trimester period, and it's really dangerous to take it all. But there are some that are just not safe during pregnancy, and some that maybe you can take during pregnancy. But it is terrible when all you do in a happy time of your life, one that you're excited about, is you're sick, throwing up all the time. So this is an awesome thing that she is studying and trying to, alleviate if possible. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. In addition to that, the doctors weren't believing uh, her or downplaying what she was going through. And that happens to a lot of women. And so, particularly as I've learned, women of color, but all women sometimes are dismissed based on their symptoms from doctors.
Yes.
So I'm glad that she's advocating for women's health in that way, because it's
Yes.
important. And we, I have one child who had hyperemesis to the point where she nearly lost her life. They
Oh
had to
no.
give her hydration and then put a feeding tube in, etc. But she was probably not very long from dying before she got to that hydration center.
She
So
should never have gotten to that point. You know
right,
what I
it
mean?
never
Yeah.
got to that point. And so it's very serious. Women who can't hold things down, and she was very dehydrated because of
Hmm.
because of regurgitating constantly. And I think also, now this is not my medical opinion. Is not I'm not a medical person, but I would think every time you're regurgitating, your body is contracting, your belly's contracting and squeezing in that area. And I wonder if that may compromise the pregnancy. I don't know, but
I don't think that.
you don't
I
think
don't
so?
think so.
Yeah,
No, but
yeah,
it does. It does. You do get the acidity
right.
from the regurgitation that
Yeah,
could cause problems in your esophagus,
okay. Yeah,
potentially Barrett syndrome or something. The acid eroding the esophagus that could create even bigger problems
yeah.
for
Well,
you.
thanks for clearing that
But
up for me, because I'm just thinking.
you do contract. You're right. I wanted to say that, but I don't think that that harms the fetus, the baby. I want to make
Yeah,
that point clear
yeah.
because I don't want people to think that if they're throwing up, now their baby's in danger.
Right, right.
That's not the case.
Okay,
But the stomach does contract a little bit,
right. Okay. That was
not the
just my,
uterus, which is
yeah,
I know. I'm just saying, not the
yeah.
uterus, which is below the stomach,
Right,
and they're two different
right,
organs.
right.
So the
Because,
stomach absolutely does contract, though.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for clearing that up, because this was just my layman talking. I've had 4 babies. However, I don't think I've ever had hyperemesis, but I have known several people with hyperemesis in
Well, I can
maybe the
only
last
make
20
that
years.
statement because I am a medical professional.
Right.
I just want people to know the uterus and the stomach, two different organs. The uterus doesn't, the vomiting contracts the stomach. Let's just put
Right.
it that way.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because sometimes people say there's a baby in my stomach. No, it's
Yeah.
not your stomach.
Right. Right.
It's another organ altogether. So
Right.
thank you for correcting that with me, because I had a question, and
Yes.
I
That's
appreciate
fine.
the fact that you were able to
Yeah.
answer it. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you answer many for me as well. So,
Yeah.
yep, we're not the know all to all on this platform. And a lot of things we want to talk about, we have to research ourselves. We want to information share, and we try to share the correct information,
Yeah.
is what I was trying to say. But sometimes we don't know. We don't know. And that's why we're here, so we can all learn together, you
Yeah.
know.
It's a conversation. That's why we're gathering. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gabbing is talking.
Yeah.
It's just
Sometimes I.
another, it's like chit chat
Yeah.
and all those other acronyms. If you know that one, you know what gabbing means.
Yeah. 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 So I enjoy all of our conversations on here, because I
Yes.
learn so much, and then if we can share things with our audience that they didn't know, or that you all didn't know. I'm not speaking as if you're not here, but things that you don't know as an audience, well, then that's a good thing. We're all learning together.
And guess what? The sweetest part of that is, I just said we are not the know all to all, is that we learn, and we're learning right along with everybody else on some of these topics. And when we're learning things, we get to share them.
Right.
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 So that's the best part, is not only are we sharing that information with them, we're learning at the same time. So
Yeah. Yeah. This was good information today, learning about all these powerful women. And I'm
I know.
sure there are a whole lot of them. I think Time's list was maybe 100 women. We only got to 12 of them. So,
Exactly. And some of these I had never heard of before.
nor have I.
So I learned something new about the top 12 times most influential and powerful women in
Yeah.
2024. Even
Yeah.
some of them I have never heard of before, but now I know about them. So
Right. Right. So I've enjoyed the conversation for sure, and I look forward to great things from those women, greater and greater things. But if they don't do anything else, they've done amazing things this year.
and women are powerful.
Yeah.
Women, we are advocates for women, of course. And the more we do this, the more we learn about new and interesting women and men too. But we empower women. And so I just read stuff like this. Like, I didn't realize the 30-year-old had won a Nobel Peace Prize, right? 30 years old.
Yeah.
How amazing is that? And the little 19-year-old that advocates against all those different issues at 19. Just imagine what she's going to be like at our age.
Right.
A
Right.
trailblazer.
Yes. Yes. And she has a big platform,
Yes.
being in tennis all over the world. And so these women are just amazing. And I've heard, if you want to get something done, put it in the hands of a woman. Not
I
to
know
bash
that's
the
right.
men. We love men. We do love men. We don't bash men.
Right, we
If you
don't.
want something done, put it in the hands of a woman. We've got it.
Didn't they say, isn't there the saying, behind every great man is a good woman?
Yes, yes,
Yes.
indeed. Yes,
All
indeed.
right. All
Mhm.
right. Well, we want to thank everybody for stopping by so you can listen to Gab with Golden Bronze and Mickey G and what we have to talk about today. We're glad that you stopped by to sit in with us or sit and watch us today. Mickey, I appreciate you being here as well. And we're going to wrap it up. Our time is winding down, and we'll let Mickey G take us on out of here. Again, I want to thank you for watching us today. Come back tomorrow because I promise you it will be just as interesting day after day after day. Be one of our regular followers. Thank you.
Indeed, indeed. Couldn't have said it better. So let me just tell you, you may watch the Gab with Golden Bronze show on the DuPont TV network brought to you by Village Global Network TV, Monday through Friday, from 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 12 noon Central Standard Time, 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and 10 a.m. Pacific Time. Be sure to tune in, and we'll be happy to see you there. So, as Golden Bronze said earlier, Gab with Golden Bronze is a sponsor of Golden Swan Cadre. So she said that I'm going to tell you ways to donate. So here we go. If you have the Chime app, you enter $ Golden Swan Cadre. The G, S, and C are all uppercase or capital letters. If you have PayPal, enter the Golden Swan Cadre at gmail.com. You may also visit our website, www.goldenswancadre.com. Now, when you're in the website, look around, see what kind of things we're doing and what kind of things we might need. So we appreciate you doing that in advance. If you go on social media, look at Instagram and find the charity section, enter the official _ Golden Swan Cadre. If you're on Facebook, also visit the charity section and find Golden Swan Cadre. Join us in making a positive impact today for this worthy cause and these worthy women. We appreciate it in advance.
All right. Thank you, Mickey G. I appreciate you as well. And we'll see you all tomorrow.
All right.
Peace.